How you guys doing? It's Ramboss Terrible, and for today's video, we're actually going to be watching something from Asmongold. He just put it out today at some point. The title of his video is "Blizzard Just Killed Classic TBC. $35 to play your character and June 1st release date." So I actually want to hear what he's got to say and kind of make comments along the way. So let's go ahead and get this party started.
Okay, guys. Man. So we had an announcement today, and pretty much what happened was today Blizzard announced the one thing that we kind of all collectively agreed they wouldn't announce. We saw that they announced that Burning Crusade was going to come out on June 1st. Now, this was originally a leak, and a lot of people did not think this was going to happen.
3 weeks away.
Including myself. I think that many people, me specifically, I thought this was going to be the pre-patch date. And I would have even been okay with a May 18th pre-patch date, because that would have given people plenty of time to level up and get ready to go into the Dark Portal. It seems like Blizzard apparently didn't play Classic. If they did, they would have heard the words "too soon, Executus," and I feel like that's exactly the way that I feel. It's just way too soon, and the reason why I think that it's too soon is because there are so many other people that, well, there's a lot of reasons. Let's talk about number one.
All right, real quick, what I want to say for why I think it's too soon is that I think he's going to just be talking about how nobody, like, there's just hasn't been any hype around it. Like, I've played WoW for a really long time, and it seems like every time one of these expansions comes out, there's a ton of hype, and I've barely heard a peep about TBC like at all. Nobody's really talking about it, and I don't see anybody going to be talking about it, especially not with just 3 weeks away.
Let's talk about the players. Now, a lot of people want to take off time for work, and they want to take off time to play the game, and from school or from obviously work. And then sometimes they just have to tell their girlfriend, or more frequently in this case, their wife, like, "Listen, honey, I'm going to ignore you for 4 days because I need to play a video game that came out 15 years ago." And you've got to give the woman a while to process that, because if you just hit her with that, and then it comes out like a couple days later, she's going to go crazy.
You're not going to have a good time. So for those of you who actually have the ability to tell their significant others, "Hey, don't talk to me for a couple days. I'm going to be playing a video game." More power to you. I don't have that ability. If I tried that, I have a feeling me and my testicles would be going in separate directions, and I don't want that. So, but if you can, right on. Good on you.
It's not a good thing. So it's good for everybody to release it late, and the reason why I think that is because it also builds up hype and momentum for the game. So in Classic WoW, I think Classic WoW brought out a really good marketing strategy in terms of community-based marketing and influencer-based marketing. And what I mean by that is that they activated and they used a number of different people's audiences in a very effective way to get people to play the game and get people to be excited about the game. So an example of this is the stress test for Classic WoW. The stress test worked incredibly well because they gave different people an opportunity to see Classic WoW in a very, very very small state. It's not like you're able to do anything besides just pretty much go in Elwynn Forest. But they did, and I think these things, what they gave people the opportunity to do is see enough and get a chance to talk about the game, but not really get a chance to play it. And that gave so many people the opportunity to get excited about it. And I really do think that, at least especially in this day and age, hype is probably one of the most important things that a game has to have. And if a game...
Yeah, that's not happening right now. The game is not being hyped up. Honestly, most people are just complaining about the game, both classic and just retail. So, and especially like the big streamers and things, the big WoW streamers, I can't see them, you know, promoting this uh, with any type of excitement, really, because everybody's just kind of like had it right now. So that's I kind of that's my thoughts on that.
Game doesn't have enough hype behind it, if a game doesn't have people knowing that it's coming out, it it's really hard to make up for that. And that's what I really think the problem is. And it's it's disappointing to see Blizzard go down this road, because I think the problem is that they're trying to release the game in a way that they think that it won't conflict with 9.1, which I think is a good idea. But if 9.1 is coming out in July or August, which is what a lot of people are expecting, then I don't even see the purpose of releasing it at the beginning of June, releasing TBC at the beginning of June, because at that point,
Yeah, it doesn't make
people
sense.
are going to play TBC realistically. The TBC life cycle is not going to be as long as the vanilla WoW life cycle, because you don't have as many zones, you don't have as many quests, you just don't have as much content. Like Burning Crusade is a great in-game experience for many people, but I think that many of the hardcore players are going to probably, and even like mostly like
They're just
semi-casual
gonna
players,
blast through
are
it.
going to hit that plateau of basically maintenance mode on Burning Crusade within 3 weeks. And I think this is what I mean by a person like that is somebody who plays like 3 or 4 hours a day. I think someone who plays 3 to 4 hours a day will probably hit maintenance mode in Burning Crusade on one
Filthy
character at
casuals.
least in probably 3 to 4 weeks. I think the biggest problem and the biggest disappointment here is the shortening of the pre-patch. And it's like obviously the marketing for the game is definitely a bad idea, because you're giving people less than a month to get excited about and start talking about your game. Many times, big games like this, because Burning Crusade will be a big game, many
Nobody's
times big
excited
games
about it.
like this have a very long period of time that they are announced between whenever they are announced and whenever they're actually released. And the reason for that, or a release date is announced. And the reason for that is to get people anticipating that release date, to get people anticipating that time that it's going to come out. And I think that Blizzard is really shooting themselves in the foot by letting this
They're
happen,
shooting themselves
because
in the
they're
dick.
taking an opportunity that they have
Not just their
for
foot; they're just
marketing,
blowing their whole dick
and
off.
they're shortchanging themselves and giving them a smaller window to build up that momentum and excitement. And worse than that, they're actually going back on something that a lot of people were hoping to be able to do, which was level up a character before Burning Crusade actually releases. So
Yeah,
there were many people out there who wanted to be able to level up a character before Burning Crusade came out. And what I mean by level up is like a Draenei Shaman, or like a Blood Elf Paladin. Because you have to remember, Burning Crusade, Classic WoW is for everybody. Burning Crusade is absolutely going to be more niche than Classic WoW. The reason why it's going to be more niche is the fact that every single player that plays Burning Crusade, that's like, let's say they're all level 60, every single one of them is going to hit the end game. Now, in Classic WoW, there are a lot of people who do not hit the end game. And I think that's a huge difference. And if you look at the amount of people that are,
oh yeah, for sure. He's right on this. Like the end game between classic and retail is completely different. The two games are just completely different. Um, you need to you need to be in basically you don't have a choice to be but to be in an actual decent guild in classic if you're trying to do any type of progression at all. If you get to end game and you're not in a guild, you're just not going to see those raids. Um, it's just it just won't happen.
they run out of things to do, they run out of goals in the game. I think that many of those casual players are the ones that hit that plateau and they get bored the fastest, because they don't have something that's really directing their time. So it's very disappointing for me to see Blizzard do that as well with the smaller pre-patch. The other problem with the smaller pre-patch is that it makes people that want to make Draenei Shamans or Blood Elf Paladins, it makes those people have to work twice as hard. And before, where it was going to be a relaxing journey of just playing with your friends over the course of like maybe a month in the pre-patch, now it's this arduous rush where you're trying to frantically buy boosts through dungeons because it's faster than questing, and you're just trying to get your character to 58 or 60 as fast as possible. And who is this really helping? Who's this really doing favors for? I don't know. I don't think this is really helping anybody. So I don't think this is necessarily to sell boosts. I don't think it's necessarily to give people an opportunity to, like give Blizzard more money. I don't think this is really a money. This is not Blizzard doing it for money.
I think this is just poor planning.
The only element that you can create, only like angle that you can make with money, is that this might be something to where Blizzard wants to, like, let's say the subs, like obviously in Shadowlands, like the subs are like right here, and like after every release, right, they go down, and I think Blizzard sees that they're right here, and they want to release Burning Crusade to get them to go up for the next earnings report. And maybe they're releasing it early so that next earnings report isn't going to look as bad. I don't know. I mean, obviously this is kind of...
Well, their last earnings report was terrible. Apparently, like something, it was like 29% or 30% of players have unsubscribed. So that's pretty goddamn terrible. And I'm sure they're not looking, they're not trying to do that again.
A degree of paranoia. It's a degree of skepticism, but at this point, I don't really think it's unwarranted. So I think this pretty much confirms that we're going to get 9.1 at the earliest in July. What was the date that Shadowlands came out on? November 23rd. So that would be 9 months. Yeah, if it comes out in August, that would be 9 months that we have between the game coming out and then the first patch. That's really bad. I remember I made a joke in an ICC pug that this was back during the first like real content drought of the game, which was ICC, and I said somebody could have gotten pregnant at the beginning of ICC, and they could have had the baby by now, and they could have been doing the same raid the whole time. And it's the same thing with Shadowlands, it seems.
Yeah, you could have had 2 kids.
You know, nobody that's playing the game is having sex, but at the same time, that's the time frame. What are people saying? TBC Deluxe Edition is $70. Okay, here we go. Classic era character cloning service will cost $35. Dart Portal Pass and character boost price is $40. Burning Crusade Classic Deluxe Edition is $70. So it's $110 plus it's $145. That's more than Bless Online. Well, get out your credit cards, boys. It's time to get milked. It's time to get milked. Who's ready to get milked, man? You guys ready to get milked? It's just the cloning service for $35. I think is just like that's.
The cloning service for $35 is completely ridiculous. Like he says in his title, $35 to play your character. They're literally like charging you that just to play your character. So you get to keep a character on Classic, and then you get to have another character, the exact same character, just cloned over, and you can play him in Outlands. That's complete horseshit. That's complete dog shit. Yeah, like you said, they're just milking us. They're just milking you at that point. I haven't even decided if I'm going to play. Tell you the truth, this is just ridiculous. Like, I'm so fed up with this game, and then the fact that they're pulling shit like this is like how much can a filthy casual player like me actually deal with shit like this? And at this point, it's not really even about the money. It's just the principle of the matter that they're literally just trying to make you pay to play the character that you already have, and I'm not feeling it.
It's ridiculous. Does the Burning Crusade Classic Deluxe Edition, does that give you Shadowlands? No? Why not? Well, the fucking 30-year-old balding fucking man in his treehouse having depression fucking attacks. That's some real good content here, guys.
You know, when he's in his treehouse, it's a serious moment for him.
Wow. We're having really fun now, really good fun now. Oh my god. So I don't understand. I really don't understand what's going on here. Why is it $35 to clone a character? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's more than a game. Like, how much does Shadowlands cost? Yeah, how much does Shadowlands cost just by itself? It's $40? So, if I wanted to copy over my characters to classic servers, like, let's say I have, because it's per character, right? Like, let me just look this up and see.
Oh,
It's
it's definitely per
$35
character.
per character.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah,
if
100%
I
per
want to
character.
play my if I want to play my characters in classic in like actual classic servers, that means that I have to spend 35 for my warrior, my warlock, my rogue, and my hunter. Like, those are my 4 characters. So that's $140. Wow, that's a lot of money.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I can afford that, right? Sure. And I think a lot of you guys probably can too.
It's not
But
about the
I
money.
mean, like, let's say you can afford it. Do you want to? You know what I mean? Like, even if you can afford it, let's say you've got a 6-figure job, you're a single dude, you took programming in college, and that means you didn't have a girlfriend either. You don't have anybody spending your fucking money. You're making 80 grand a year. Of course, you're going to be able to pay $140 to play Classic WoW. But do you really want to take your fucking money and spend it on this bullshit? Are you kidding me? It's so ridiculous, man. I mean, I don't understand how it's more money than a character transfer. I don't understand how it's more money than anything else. Like, I was completely fine. Here's the thing, right?
It's
Is
pretty
like
much
I
more
was
money than
completely
any
fine
other
paying for
anything else you can really
the
do
cloning
in like
service. It's
the
okay
store.
because we're using more server data, and it's the same thing. It's a prohibitive cost, so everybody doesn't just do it. And Blizzard isn't stuck with a million different servers in Classic WoW that they open up for all these people that are cloning their characters, and then the people that are actually doing anything with those characters aren't playing them. So Blizzard's just stuck running a bunch of dead servers. Like, I see why Blizzard put the price in there, and I think it was a good idea. But $35 is way
35
too
is
much.
excessive.
Like, I was expecting this to be like 15 or 20 bucks. Like, if it was 15 or 20 bucks, I'd be fine with that. Or if it was 35, it would be like 15 or 20 bucks or $35 for your whole account, or something
Everything.
like that. That'd be totally cool. But $35 per character, that's insane, man. Like, that's an insanely high price, and it's totally unreasonable. $10 max.
People are going to pay it.
Look, everybody's got their own price
That's what's
point,
going to
and if
happen.
you guys want to think that, like $15, $10, whatever, right? But like, that was, look, we can all agree that $35 isn't what we were hoping for. Do you get a free clone of your character if you buy the Burning Crusade Classic Deluxe Edition? So, like, if you buy the BC Deluxe Edition, you don't? I
I feel
didn't
your
know.
pain.
I really didn't. I didn't think they'd do this. It's no wonder Omar left. Let's see. So here's what you get out of the Burning Crusade Classic Deluxe Edition. Let's go ahead and look at this article here. Intrepid explorers looking to further enhance the Burning Crusade Classic experience can purchase the optional Deluxe Edition for $70. Also available with the arrival of the
That's crazy.
pre-expansion patch on May 18th. The Deluxe Edition comes with the reawakened Phase Hunter mount, a creature that draws on the otherworldly energies that transformed Draenor into Outland. Yeah, I think it's actually the unworldly energies that transformed Outland into Draenor, and that energy is called greed, and we're seeing it again. A Viridian Phase Hunter mount variant for use in Shadowlands, reflecting the game's current vision.
Not gonna lie, I don't really like the mounts. I don't like the fact that they're actually even selling mounts in Classic. Um, I think that that's kind of takes away from the whole, at least part of the experience of Classic, which I always found pretty actually cool, like entertaining, is going into like the major cities and then seeing somebody with like a super rare mount and being like, "Damn, how do you get that?" You know, and now they're just introducing buyable mounts, and yeah, not really about that because it definitely takes away from that that whole of mystique around like, oh, how the hell did that dude get that kind of thing. And you're like, people actually like earned their mounts back then, and that's they completely, they're throwing that to the fucking wind with these buyable mount shit again. Just any, I'm yeah, these guys are doing anything to make a buck, at the cost of the player experience. And I mean, capitalism, right? America. What? Let's go back to.
Worlds. So you get a style. So basically,
Sorry about
the
that.
updated version of the Shadowlands mount, the Dark Portal Hearthstone toy in Burning Crusade Classic, providing a unique visual effect inspired by the gateway between worlds. So you get a toy. Oh, Path of Illidan toy for Burning Crusade Classic, which causes your character's footsteps to leave flickering fel in their wake for a short time. So you get 2 toys. The Dark Portal Pass, which boosts one character to level 58. Oh, a Dark Portal Pass. That's what it's called? Yeah, this is a proper noun. Dark Portal Pass. That's great. Well, we're just one step closer to the Battle Pass. 30 days of World of Warcraft game time, providing access to WoW Classic, Burning Crusade Classic, and the modern game Burning Crusade Classic builds on the epic foundation of World of Warcraft Classic. So there's no Shadowlands. You don't get Shadowlands.
No,
So let's look at the
you do
Dark
not get
Portal
Shadowlands.
Pass thing too. Everyone who wants to join the adventure of Outland with their friends will also have the option to purchase the Dark Portal Pass, allowing them to boost one character of their choosing on a Burning Crusade Classic realm to 58, besides Blood Elf and Draenei. Starting on May 18th, this is what you get. Anyone who wants to prepare for the adventure to Outland that opens on June 1st will have the option to purchase the Dark Portal Pass. So here's what the boosted character is going to get. They get a free mount.
There's another
free,
goddamn mount.
It's not free. It's $40, right? But you get the mount skill, and you get a mount. You get all of your weapon skills leveled up to 58. Access to certain flight paths. A set of level 58 green gear. 4 runecloth bags, and some gold. $40. You gonna buy the clone? Yeah, I'm gonna clone my character, obviously. I mean, I've spent like a year of time gearing him out, and they know that. Like, I don't want to lose my character, man. But like, I just feel like such an idiot.
Everybody feels like an idiot.
Like, they know that nobody that's like raiding a Nax is going to not spend the $35 to copy their character over. I'm gonna assume most people are gonna do that. It's just another way to print $35 bills out of people.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there's some people that aren't going to do it. It's not like every single person is going to do it.
There's going to be like a handful of people who don't do that.
A lot of people are, I think. Does paying for Deluxe Edition give you Epic Mount skill? Oh, yeah. That's a good question.
Now the thing about this mount is that it's actually 100% running. Yeah, so if you have this collector's edition mount and you're leveling a new character, you will be running at 100% from level 40 as opposed to, level 60 when you normally get epic riding. So yeah, that's kind of definitely a point of contention there. Not really sure why they've done that. I honestly have no idea. I presume this is going to be available for all of your characters when you do purchase it. I don't think it'll be a kind of one character thing. I mean, it could be, but I doubt it. I feel like every character you make is just going to have one of these mounts in the mailbox like it used to do back in the day. My kind of personal thoughts on a mount.
So they found a way to sell epic flying on the store. That's impressive. I'm just disappointed, man. I think that's the word. I'm just disappointed. Like, I'm disappointed because I really didn't think this would happen. I don't know, like, after, like, the way that they released Classic.
Here's the thing. I didn't want this to happen, but I had a feeling it was going to happen. Like, Blizzard's in the business of money, right? As much as they say, you know, they're games first, like it says, or whatever, what does it say? Gaming first or some shit like that on the front of their building, you know, in front of that big ass statue they have. In reality, it's money first. Like, let's be real. Any way they can maximize profits, they're gonna do that. It's anybody who's actually like genuinely surprised by this. I mean, it's kind of naive. I think. I think Asmon. I think he knew that this was going to happen. Like, let's be real. He's a pretty smart dude. Like, I mean, I'm sure he really, really didn't want it to, because I know he's kind of like a Puritan, I guess, when it comes to like classic and things like that. He wants it exactly the way it was, and I'm in kind of that same boat. But I think he knew. I mean, let's be real. This is not a new concept for American businesses.
And I think they generally did a pretty good job releasing Classic. I mean, there were some things that were bad, but overall, I mean, there was no real like monetization in it. Like, I didn't expect them to just do a complete 180. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect them to just completely go from no microtransactions at all in the game, period, to we are literally selling you mounts and boosts in the game overnight. Like, I didn't, like, as I said, man, when I said some changes, this isn't what I meant.
Yeah. So like I said, I don't think he's actually deep down that surprised. He didn't want it to happen. I don't blame him. I didn't want it to happen, but it happened, and you know, I mean, it's the way the cookie crumbles, right? They had 30% subscriber base kind of fall off the map with Shadowlands. Not exactly shocked that they're trying to make up some of those losses by selling you everything they possibly can in TBC. And not to mention, that's probably another reason why it's coming out so soon, is because they need to make up that money like yesterday, you know. Anyway, I agree, obviously, with Asmon on most things, and I just hope the state of the game like picks up, because it's been hot dog shit lately, and no bueno, right? Anyway, all right, guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I'll be putting out another video soon. So keep an eye out for that. All right, take it easy, guys.
Please, won't you go ahead and like and subscribe? And please go ahead and click the bell so you always know when we make some videos. We would greatly appreciate it if you went and checked out our Twitch stream also. And maybe, if you're feeling great, even check out our Discord.